Hello class and welcome to our 8th lecture series on financial accounting or principles of accounting, and I'm your instructor Dr. Jamal. Okay, so we ended our discussion in our last lecture on bank reconciliation. So just to remind you that we would be having our midterm on 9th of November, which means next week. And regarding the paper pattern, we will be talking about at the end of this lecture, okay? So the summary of various reconciliation items that is, we have a bank side, we have a cash book side. So this is maintained by our company's accountant, and this is maintained by the bank where we have our account, cash account or bank account, okay? So how you reconcile? Number first, we add deposit in transit because bank don't know that there is transit coming way, because check of the customer is deposited but will be cleared in 2 or 3 days. Outstanding checks are those checks which we company write it down to our suppliers or our payments, but our clients or suppliers, they didn't present it to our bank, okay? And then is there any correction of errors, whether by the bank, mistakenly they credited some amount or deducted some amount. So you need to think about logically whether add or whether to subtract. Similarly, on the cash book side, in which the entries that we as a business, we missed, and these are, we authorize our banks to collect on our behalf. Why it is not working? Oh, okay, let me just explain this side and then we see. So on the cash book side, we add collection, interest, EFTs, receipts. So all those receipts that we allow our banks to receive on our behalf. So we will be notified when we receive the bank summary, the bank statement. All right. And we subtract all the payments that we authorize our banks to deal it automatically. We will be notified. Wait a second. Okay, Mamu, I get your message. So we subtract all those which we authorize our bank to deduct on our behalf. For example, the EFT's payments. And then, of course, there are going to be non-sufficient fund checks from our customers. The customer paid us, but we deposited it to the bank, and bank said, the customer account is not enough to satisfy this check. So we gonna be subtracting our cash balance. And then, of course, there are going to be service charges. Service charges going to be all the charges that we require to open an account, maintain an account, public, floating charges of publishing of checkbooks, account maintenance, this kind of stuff. Okay, processing fees and all the stuff. And also the last one is the error that we make and on our behalf. Okay, so we have a breakout room activity. So I would be making a breakout room, so please take a picture of the screenshot, those who are here and those who are watching online. So please pause the video, try to solve the bank reconciliation scenario here and match your answer at the end. Okay, so all of you guys, please take a picture while I am setting up the breakout room activity. Okay, I'm making 4 breakout room groups. All you need to do, this is a group activity, okay? And how you make this? Like this, okay? So that side by side whether your bank balance match your book balance or not, okay? So here again, how you make this? Like this, okay? Like a statement form. not like a multi-step. In our example of our previous class example, we make it like a multi-step form on a single column base, but here we make like a right hand side and left hand side form. So both, because this statement is not required by the law to publish for outsiders. So this is just insiders, so we can make whatever however we want. So this is like a T account, and we can also make it as a statement as a form, multi-step statement form as well. Okay, here again, so you can take a screenshot or take a picture, and I'm going to be opening up the breakout room. Okay, so I'm going to be pausing the video, and once we're done with this breakout room activity, and I'm going to be resuming the recording. Okay, so guys, please accept the breakout room request. Okay, class, welcome back after the breakout room activity. So I have received your activity. So let me read the illustration here, and those who were watching online, now they can compare the result or the solution here. Okay, so we have Logan Harmon operates an ice skating ring. He has just received a monthly statement. Which statement? The bank statement at 31st of July from Valley National Bank, and the statement shows ending balance of 1500. So this is bank balance. Listed on the statements are a bank collection of account receivable 818, service charges 14, NSF 240, 20 of printing of the charges. In reviewing his cash records, Logan identifies outstanding checks totaling 1220 and July 31st deposit in transit 3530. So during July, he recorded 540 check for the salary of a part-time employee as 54. So he forgot to write down 540 instead of he wrote it down. Yes, he should record 540, but he recorded only 54. So the balance we need to adjust. So cash account shows the balance 3750. So clearly this balance and this balance doesn't match. So we need bank reconciliation. So let's see that. Bank reconciliation starts from writing down the balance on the book, cash book balance. You can also write down the cash book here if you want. So bank and cash book side. Okay. So 31st July, what was the balance is? Bank balance 1500. The cash side balance is 3752. It's given. Okay. And then listed on the bank statements are the bank collection of account receivables. So where we need to write down, since these are included in bank statement, it means these are not presented or not mentioned in our cash book. So we would be recording this on cash book side. So what are these? Number one, collection of account on our behalf, and less all the service charges and printing charges and NSF check. Right? So in reviewing cash records, Logan identifies a deposit in transit. So deposit in transit treatment is that it should be added on the bank side, and outstanding checks should be less on the bank side, because these two are already recorded in cash side but not on the bank side. Okay, and the last one is the human error, that who made? Bank made? No, this is made by accountant, our accountant. So what is the difference? 540 minus 54, this one. So we need to deduct. So Logan recorded a check 540 for the salary as 54. So it means he only deducted previously 54 from the cash book. It means further he need to less 486, so that total amount is 540. So that's why we are deducting it. All right. So if you add it down, the balance is 3810, 3810. All right. If this is not matched, then you can go through different possibilities. Okay, whether there is misrepresentation, or whether we miss something as a human error, or is there a fraud? Okay. Now, journal entries are made because inside the company journal entries are made, right? So we will be recording what we missed. Many students ask, why don't we, make entries of these deposit in transit and outstanding checks? Because this is the matter of bank, not us. We are only responsible to maintain our books, not the bank books. Okay, so we will be recording our own entry. So number one, cash collection on our behalf. So cash going to be collected, of course, from customers. So entry going to be cash increase, customer decrease. Cash increase debit, asset decrease, customer decrease, account receivable decrease, credit. So cash to account receivable. Service charges. So service charges, printing charges, you can also name it as a bank service charges, total 34, or you can put them into miscellaneous charges as well. Okay, so it's up to you whether you can write it down separately or you can add them as well. Okay, and then the NSF check, which is the customer paid us, we made the entry like this, that since customer check is bounced, so make a reverse entry. Oh yes, 240. And then the last one is 486. It's our error from our side, so we need to charge again. Here we go, salary expense to cash. All right, guys, any question? Thara, Meena, Marco, Mirko, Oliver, Vanish, Om,